Hey everyone, Jesikahyouragent here with the Alvarado Group, welcoming you guys back to another video. So today I'll be touching on how this is not like last time. With all the volatility in the stock market and all the uncertainty about the coronavirus, some are now concerned that we may be headed towards a housing crash just like we experienced back in 2006 through 2008. And that feeling is understandable. In fact, Wolf, director of economic research, he stated that people still having PTSD from the last time, they're still afraid of buying at the wrong time. There are many reasons indicating that this real estate market is nothing like 2008. And I'm gonna give you guys 5 visuals to show the dramatic differences, so stay tuned. So, number 1, mortgage standards are nothing like how they were back then. You see, during the housing bubble, it was difficult not to get a mortgage. Today, you see that it's tough to qualify. The Mortgage Bankers Association releases a mortgage credit availability index, which is a summary measure which identifies the availability of mortgage credit at that point in time. The higher the index, the easier it is to get a mortgage. Now, as you guys can see in the graph that I put here, during the housing bubble, the index skyrocketed. Currently, the index shows how it's even more tough to get a mortgage now than it was even before the bubble. Number 2, prices are not soaring out of control. Now this chart here shows the annual house appreciation over the past 6 years compared to the 6 years leading up to the height of this bubble. Though price appreciation has been quite strong recently, it is nowhere near the rise in prices that preceded the crash. Now, there's a stark difference between these 2 periods of time. Normal appreciation is around 3.6%. So while current appreciation is higher than the historic norm, it's certainly not accelerating beyond control as it did back in the early 2000s. Okay, you guys, number 3, we don't have a surplus of homes on the market right now. In fact, we have a shortage. The month supply of inventory needed to sustain a normal real estate market is approximately 6 months. So anything more than that is an overabundance and will cause prices to depreciate. Now, anything less than that will lead to continued appreciation. So guys, as this next graph shows, there were too many homes for sale in 2007, and that's what caused prices to start tumbling. Now you see today, there's a shortage in inventory, which in turn is causing home values to accelerate. Number 4, houses became too expensive to buy. The affordability formula has 3 components. 1, the sales price of the home, the wages earned by the purchaser, and number 3, the mortgage rate available at the time. Now, 14 years ago, prices were high, wages were low, and mortgage rates were over 6%. Now today, you see that prices are still high, but wages, however, have increased and the mortgage rates are around 3.5%. This means the average family pays less of their monthly income towards their mortgage payment now than what they did back then. And here's a graph for you guys so you guys can see the difference. Lastly, number 5, people are equity rich, not tapped out. In the run-up to the housing bubble, homeowners were using their homes as their personal ATM machine. Many immediately withdrew their equity once it built up, and they learned their lesson in this process. Prices have risen nicely over the few years, leading to over 50% of homes in the country having over 50% of gained equity. But owners haven't been tapping into this like last time. So here you guys will see a table comparing the equity withdrawal over the last 3 years compared to 2005, 2006, and 2007. Homeowners have cashed out over $500 billion less than before. During the crash, home values began to fall, and sellers found themselves in a negative equity situation. Some decided to walk away from their homes. And what did this lead to? This led to a lot of distressed properties on the market. Now, what does distressed properties do for our market? It lowers values of all the other homes in the area. That can't happen today. So bottom line, if you're concerned that we're making the same mistakes that led to the last crash, just take a look at these graphs and these charts to help alleviate your fears. And it's in times like this where it's crucial to reach out to an educated professional agent to answer all these questions for you. Like always, follow this page for more informative content, and I'll be back to you guys soon with another one.